Hello all, it's Tom here again under this slightly yellowish light to bring you another controller unboxing. Not so long ago did we have the Sega Saturn wireless pad from Retrobit, and now we have a wired pad courtesy of myself. This is the Fusion by PowerA. Ooh, this is what's called a wired fight pad. Never fight without it, it says here. So I was looking for a good controller for fighting games on the Xbox One, because the Xbox One controller as it is, as you know, it's got this little D-pad and it's not bad, it's slightly curved, it's okay for fighting games, but what you want is something more like this, which we unboxed last time. The Saturn controller has a lovely D-pad and this is great for fighting games, so I was looking for something similar, because of course that's not compatible with the Xbox, so looking for something similar for the Xbox, and this is what I found. PowerA do a lot of controllers. This one's actually officially licensed, and look at this on the side, you can have replacement covers. Now I don't know if you can buy those separately or if you get more than one cover in the box or what, but I do know that it's taped here. So hopefully we get in here, and it's presented really nicely. Now this pad I got for about £30, brand new, so I think £30 it's not too bad to pay for a controller. Look at this. Ooh, everything falls out. It's presented really nicely. So here's your cable, long enough. I think that's 3 meters long, I think, something like that. Anyway, it's long enough to reach from my TV to my sofa, my Xbox to my sofa, should I say. And what's this little thing here? Oh, it's covering up the controller. Let's see what this is first, because oh, it's a manual and it's in a little box. Isn't that nicely presented? So that'll tell you what exactly. Isn't it that easy? You've got some extra settings on the controller, I think, and an audio jack even, so you can use it with an Xbox headset, Xbox compatible headset. 6 action buttons and 4 shoulder buttons as well. Oof. And different setups as well. So switch it to D-pad. It's a normal 8-way directional pad. Left stick, it'll act, I guess. This will convert digital direction. Sorry, this will convert digital. This will convert. Oh, I'll get it right in a minute. Directional pad into a digital emulation of the left thumb nap. Thumb nap. Oh my gosh, I'm doing this later in the evening. Thumbstick and how it's mapped in the game. That's interesting. And the other one, switch, will make it replicate the right thumbstick, but we want to look at the controller. So, oh, it's heavier than I thought. Actually, yeah, it's a lot heavier than a Saturn controller. But that D-pad feels very much like a Saturn controller, I have to say. And those buttons feel like they're in pretty good placement, I'd say. There's your switch, so we want it on the directional pad anyway. You've got your 2 Xbox buttons there, and we've got another switch up there. It's interesting. I'd have to look into that a little bit more. Sorry, you've probably not seen that because it was blurred, but there's one switch there and another one there. So this is set up, as I say, for the directional pad. You've got these 4 shoulder buttons too. Oh, there's a little bit of give in that as well, so it sort of feels like an analog. Ooh, might be quite good for a multitude of different games. This actually feels very nice, and it's kind of curved as well, so it feels very comfy in the hand. So I'm very happy with this, and apparently these come off. These covers come off. Now there's probably a better way of doing that. Apparently that cover can come off, and I guess if you can track any of these down, you can change the colour of your controller. Is there anything in the bottom here? Oh, there is. So if I really wanted to, I could change my controller colour to white. So that's the other option you get in the box. So you can change that to white if you so desire, and this is magnetic, so I'll stick onto there You can pull that off. I don't see if there's anything else you can get in here. Or is that it? Let's see. Oh my gosh, they're all in the box. That's amazing. At least 3 of them are. So here's the grey one as well. That's super nice. So this controller feels a little bit heavier than I expected. Not too heavy though by any means. A little bit chunkier than I expected. If you compare it to a Saturn pad, then you definitely got a bit more chunky. I think people who buy this probably want something that's similar to a Saturn pad. So it's pretty nice. The buttons aren't concave. I think that's what you'd say about these bottom Saturn buttons here. And they're all the same size as well, but that's a nice setup. I think it looks great and I'm looking forward to giving it a go. So that's the wired Xbox Fight Pad from PowerA, and yeah, it's a very deluxe sort of setup. The beautiful unboxing, you get all these extra covers. Wow, for 30 quid, who can grumble? Hello, and you can probably tell it's a different time of day. I've been playing quite a bit with this Xbox Fusion wired Fight Pad, and yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so in practice, of course, aesthetically the thing looks really nice. It's a little bit thicker and bulkier than I would expect. I expect something a bit more similar to the Saturn pad. The first thing I noticed though was placement of the D-pad. For me, I think it just felt a little bit low. It didn't feel quite natural to be down this, oh here's my finger, this low. If it was up here a bit more, try doing this backwards, it just feels a little bit awkward after a while playing. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's sort of a natural place for it to be. It's only fractionally lower than I think it should be, but I guess I'm just being picky, but I did notice a bit of strain on my thumb after playing for a while, and that's not quite usual because I didn't have to play for that long. We're only talking maybe half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, and then you really do notice that. Also, initially when first playing it, my thumb was going into there quite a bit, and I think I would have rather had it not been recessed like that, because your thumb can bump against this part a little bit. So as far as design choices go, the D-pad itself is fantastic. I just wish it was placed a little high and wasn't in this little sort of indented part of the controller. These buttons feel fantastic. They're in a great place. You've got all these shoulder buttons. You can obviously, for games that don't use the D-pad, you can also switch this, so this turns into the left stick or the right stick on a regular Xbox One controller, and that's really good for games that don't use D-pads. I was playing Scary Girl, which is a 2D platformer that does not use a D-pad, so I could switch to the stick and it felt very good to play. So I would say overall this is a pad worth getting. It costs me £30 for it brand new. I think, considering the build quality of this controller, I think it's a fair price to pay. Also, the fantastic presentation of the box as well. This was amazing. To be totally honest, I wasn't expecting this. And also, inside this box you get the interchangeable covers, as I've mentioned previously, which is totally unnecessary, but it's there all the same, and this is actually very easy to get off. I was a bit scared to do it at first, but then you just pop it on. It's all magnetised. Now you've got a white controller. Don't like a white controller? Want to see it in grey? Well, it's that easy to make the controller grey and make it look like a Japanese Saturn pad if you so desire. Actually, when in grey is pretty nice because it's grey all over anyway, so it's quite a nice fit for the controller, I'd say. But yeah, a couple of little gripes there. But if you really want a controller you're going to use for a long time, this feels very durable. But on the other hand, if you're using it for a long time, you are going to feel that strain. So yeah. Well, let me know what you think. If you've got the controller and you also feel like maybe the D-pad's in slightly too low of a position and you do feel a bit of strain in your thumb, do let me know. It's fine, it's not unbearable, and it certainly doesn't ruin what is a very quality piece of gaming hardware. I guess hardware, an accessory, I suppose. But yeah, that's about it. That's about everything I've got to say about this controller. Join me again for probably another controller review pretty soon. Thanks for watching, and game on.